Hello, it is I, Rebel Without a Cause, and today I'm going to show you how to disassemble your Echo-1 P90 and then repair the gearbox. In this particular gun, it was not shooting properly, so I'm going to take it apart and see what's wrong with it. I will share these findings with you and hopefully help you in repairing your gun. Let us begin. First, we want to take off the magazine, just as a precaution in case we have BBs or anything. Then, we want to go ahead and remove the battery cover right here. I will show you how to do that. First, you have to press this button here, push it in, and then slide the cover downwards. Be careful not to slide it up because you can break it. Then we want to locate these two screws inside. Once you locate these two screws, go ahead and remove these two screws using a Phillips screwdriver, as shown here. Then you want to pull off the retaining plate. Pulling this retaining plate will give you access to the gearbox, so you can go ahead and grab it and pull it out once you have removed the plate, as shown right here. Now that you have pulled out the gearbox, you can see it looks something like this. Let us go ahead and disassemble this guy here. First, you want to remove these screws on the trigger assembly. Let us begin. Once you have screwed these off and loosened it, you can separate the trigger assembly from the gearbox. Then you want to remove the motor by removing these three screws right here. Well, only two screws, but then the third screw, lets you loosen up the gearbox. Then we want to slide the plate on the top of the gearbox off as shown. Once you have done this, you can insert a small screwdriver in the rear of the gun and then pry off the gearbox shell, as shown right here. This is how your gearbox will look. You have your gears, your piston, your spring. Now here is the problem number one. The owner had installed the cylinder backwards, so he was getting no compression at all because this part is open. So we are going to reverse it and install it properly. It should look like this. The hole should be in the rear of the gun. Problem number two, if you look carefully, the anti-reversal latch spring wasn't installed correctly. So you want to install it correctly and it should look something like this. Now we are going to put it all back together. You want to get some synthetic grease, you can buy some at Home Depot, and then apply it on the inside of the cylinder as shown here. This will just lube everything up nice and give you good compression. Then you want to reinstall the cylinder head as shown here. You can go ahead and test out your compression by putting the piston and piston head back in and placing your thumb over the cylinder head. Then let's apply some lube right here where the air nozzle goes. Then you want to shim your gears properly and test them out. Then you want to reinstall your tappet plate as shown. Here we are reinstalling everything on the upper part back together, the cylinder, tappet plate, and head. Now, if you have a difficult time, which you probably will, like I did, you want to use like a tool, if you have one, and compress the spring and then push the tappet plate down. That was the best way for me. So this is how you do it. Your bevel gear and anti-reversal latch will fall off, so go ahead and reinstall them. Then let's move on to reinstalling the spring and the spring guide as shown right here. Once you have installed that, you want to carefully place your finger on the cylinder and the spring and then put the shell back on. This might take you a really long time since everything has to be precision and installed properly to go back on. I am showing you an example here. It is fast forwarded, but you want to match the bearings and the anti-reversal latch properly as shown right here, and then you can push everything back in, close it tight. Then you want to put back the gearbox screws, trigger assembly, the screws back in, then follow the steps backwards as shown in the beginning of the video. Then you are finished. Once again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and visit our Facebook page, search South Bay Mercenaries, and thank you for watching.